Oh hey, a quick little bonus for what's going to be going on later. Today's February 1st, 2020. I have outside my BMW 335 Xi, the all-wheel drive N54 twin turbo. It needs fuel injectors, which it's direct injected. They're expensive. I think I'm going to be buying those this week, and they should be in time to do them this coming weekend, which is the 8th and 9th of February. So somewhere around, hopefully, if everything goes well, which I hope it does, should have a video up by Wednesday, so around the 10th or 11th. So if you're interested in that, check it out. Hey guys, welcome back. Rolling solo today. Chris has been a little bit busy lately. So today we'll be working on my 02 RSX. It's a base model, so K20A3. A little bit of backstory on the car. I bought this in like 2008, I believe it was, 2009 maybe. I had it for a month. I blew it up through a rod. It sat for a year, and then I put an engine in it, just another stocker again. It lasted 1 month to the day through another rod. I think that was a blow-by issue, pushed a bunch of oil into the intake, and this intake here, it's like it will collect oil down in the bottom of it, and then once it hits boost and really moves some air, it shoves it into the cylinder. I think that's what happened. Hydro lock basically bent the rod and broke it. There's some pictures on the Facebook page we have of the broken parts. Both times it was pretty brutal. So basically the build is this one has Crowler forged rods, CP forged pistons. It's got a GT28R turbo on it, low mount. It's way under there. Not too happy about the build, honestly. It's got a sandwich plate and an oil filter relocation kit. It's stuffed behind the turbo, between the turbo and the block. Grab my light real quick, maybe you can see a little better. Ultimately, I'll probably be going full drag car with this down the road within the next couple of years. This year, kind of going to do a street friendly kind of tune or build. So yeah, this sandwich plate, always had a hard time with it leaking. It's really a pain in the butt to do anything with. This is one of the hardest cars I've ever had to work on, the way the turbo kit is built and installed. So that will be changing. I'm going to change the intake. I'm going to put a skunk on it. This is all down the road. I'm going to move the turbo. I'm going to try to move it over here. I'm at least going to move it away from the block so I can get rid of the oil filter relocation. That's a huge part of the car being so hard to work on. I can't stand it. I think the breather system needs a little work too. This is the crankcase vent from over here. It goes into the catch can. But here's another one that clearly when it's running it blows smoke the whole time, or vapor. It gets all over everything. It just makes a mess. Car's a little bit nasty right now. It's been sitting again for I think 2 years since we've put this engine in. I've been messing with the tune. The tune's not right. I had a boost control issue. I had a hole burned in a hose because where the turbo's mounted is terrible. Way too much heat. So I'm adding a boost solenoid, which the Honda ECU is going to control just fine once I get it wired right. I was just guessing when I did this. I have to run power to it, and then this wire, the PCM grounds for its duty cycle. So this one has to go to power. So I bought a little fuse panel right here. I'm going to put this in so I can run any accessory stuff off of it that I need, anything additional, instead of running wires like this out of the fuse box, which is kind of a terrible idea, but it's what I had to do at the time. So today, that's what I'm going to be doing. Mount this fuse box and get the boost controller wired in properly, and then hopefully I can do a little bit of testing, driving it, mess with the tune a little bit, and try to make that thing work. So when I bought this car back in 2009, before that it had a Pexi standalone boost controller and turbo timer on it. The guy I bought it from took that off and put a manual boost controller on it so he could mess with it himself, I guess. I'm putting this boost control solenoid and having the Honda ECU control it That way I can do boost by gear and boost by RPM and change the power I can put down the track as I want. So that's why I'm making this switch. That's why I'm switching over to this electronic boost controller, so I can have more control over it and make the car work properly. Alright, here's what I got so far. Just temporary mounted the panel. Got power provided, the one fuse in, through the boost solenoid and then into the PCM. Waiting for my laptop to get finished charging so I can monitor everything and adjust the tune. So until then, I guess I'm going to clean up my workbenches. They're kind of a disaster. And in case you're wondering, I will not be leaving this like this. If the boost solenoid works the way I want it to, and I can control the boost properly, probably drive it for a little bit today, tomorrow, tuning it, getting the boost levels right, boost by gear, boost by speed, or boost by RPM actually. I don't think the speed sensor is hooked up quite right for the Honda. I don't know about that yet. I'll figure that out later. But for now, if this works, I'll end up bringing it back in probably after next weekend, after I do the fuel injectors in the BMW, and I'm gonna try to clean this engine bay up. I think there's a lot of stuff that doesn't need to be here. None of the evap needs to be here. None of the AC needs to be here. Which here's an AC line right over top of everything in the way. I'd like to go to a manual power steering, or well, manual steering, whatever rack. Get rid of all this garbage. That's the power steering line, power steering pump. Get rid of the ABS. Move the catch can. Get something that looks better than this. It's a pool filter hose or something. It's just a lot of stuff to make this thing less ugly. It's pretty terrible. And only a little bit of it's from me. This is the way the car was built 20 years ago, 15 years ago, whatever it was. Alright, just made a couple adjustments to the tune, and we are ready for a little road test. See you in a couple minutes. If you can't tell, this is my first time tuning with a laptop on anything EFI. I usually do carburetors, typically on ATVs, just my own stuff and a couple friends. I understand engines, I know how they work mechanically, I know what they need for fuel and timing and things like that, but I'm just not used to the tuning process on something as complicated as this. Even though Honda is fairly simple, there's a lot of maps, there's a lot of things you can do wrong. This engine can hurt itself pretty quickly if I do something wrong in the tune, so I'm trying to be careful here. Basically, what I end up having to do is I started over completely with the tune. A guy from South Carolina was talking to me and basically told me what to do step by step as far as what tables to tune and how to go about it. So that's what I'm trying here. Basically, this is all garbage. I threw this whole tune away and started over. And over the next week or two, I'll be getting a tune in that should be worth something. Alright, pretty well done with the Acura for today. I don't think I heard it. There's a little bit lean here, really rich there. Learned a lot today. Found out my issue with it going into protection was jumping from the low cam to the high cam, and my high cam tables were way lean. Lean enough that it immediately triggered my lean protection I had on. Lean protection was at 14, and when it hit the high table, you're looking at 6-8 pounds of boost. You do not want to be that lean running boost. It should be closer to like 12 to 1. So finally I got that figured out. Talked to a guy, a Honda tuner. He gave me a whole lot of advice, a lot of tips. So over this next coming week, I'm going to be messing around with this a lot, trying to get it tuned worked in. I'm running on wastegate pressure, which is 10 psi, which, I don't know, kind of a little high for what I'm doing right now, but that's okay. That's okay. Makes my head hurt a little bit, all this stuff I'm learning, but it's okay. We're here to learn, we're here to go fast, and hopefully not break anything. Hey, I can't believe you're still here. Thanks for watching. Give us a like, subscribe, share this video, tell your friends. Trying to grow this channel, trying to make some better content for everybody. You got any pointers for us? Anything else you want to see? Let us know. Hit us up in the comments. Here we're just using my, it's like a $90 plasma cutter I bought on eBay. This is cutting out the patch panel for Chris's spare tire well in the Cobalt. Pretty good little tool for the money. If you want one, really affordable, really easy to use, and they make clean cuts. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later. Claustrophobic